We're kicking off a brand new season of Art Zone. Stay tuned. Oh, God.
Hello, hello.
Hit it, hit it.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nancy Guppy, host of Art Zone here at Georgetown Stables, where we are heading into our 11th year of promoting Seattle's awesome local art scene. We've got a terrific season for you, starting with episode number 1. Take a look.
I am a die-hard gearhead.
The king of guitar amps.
And I had to do like the sex scenes, which was really bizarre.
The incomparable Lauren Weedman.
When they're escorting you to the set, it's like dead man walking, where like nobody looks at you.
An all-new Richard III.
His curses, then from bitterness of soul denounced against thee, have all fallen upon thee.
And brand new music from Say Hi.
I'm an ostrich with my head in the sand. I'm a cuckold with a thumb in my ear. And he's a lucky, lucky man on the verge of squandering it too.
We'll begin with Mike Soldano, a world-renowned builder of guitar amplifiers living here in Seattle, whose custom amps have been used by artists like Eric Clapton, Lou Reed, and the late, great Prince.
So I think craft is a very important part of the human experience, and I really take a lot of enjoyment in being a craftsman. I'm Michael Soldano, and I'm the founder, president, and chef, cook, and bottle washer for Soldano Custom Amplification. So how I started Soldano Custom Amplification was I was looking for a guitar sound that was in my head that I couldn't find in anything that was currently available. And so as an aspiring guitarist, I had big dreams of being a rock star. And what was holding me back, though, in my own mind for getting there was that I didn't have the sound I wanted. And so I built a prototype amplifier. People heard it, they really liked it. And as I started realizing that I really didn't have the talent to be a major rock star, I decided I did have a talent for building tools to make rock stars sound good. So that's how Soldano Custom Amps was born. I've been blessed with having some major artists use my gear over the years. Lou Reed, Prince, Tommy Kessler plays for Blondie. I build amps now for Pat Smear, the Foo Fighters, Eric Clapton. At the time, Eric Clapton was and still is one of my great guitar heroes. And to be building amps for Clapton was just like, whoa. All the big hair bands of the time, you know, any band that had white in their name was a customer of mine. White Lion, White Snake, Great White. I sold amps to probably the guitar players in all those bands at one point or another. So this is the prototype, or this is the breadboard that I designed, the prototype of the first amp I ever designed. And it's also what I learned electronics on, so I'm self-taught. By the time I decided I wanted to design vacuum tube guitar amplifiers, it was a technology that was no longer being taught. What I did was I read books that were written in the 40s and 50s, electronics books, and once I sort of digested that information, I was able to build then a pretty darn good guitar amplifier. I originally started Soldano Custom Amplification in Hollywood, California, and the reason I did that was because in the late 80s, the music scene in Seattle was incredibly hot, but it was pretty low-key as far as the rest of the world knew. The grunge thing hadn't happened yet, and so I decided I needed to go to some place that was like a central music mecca. When I realized I had this product that I thought was going to be something that people might be interested in using, I had to get it to those people. and I drove to Los Angeles and I started Soldano Custom Amps. So after about 7 years of living in LA, I kind of got tired of the hustle and bustle and rat race of the place, and my business is doing pretty well, so I felt that it would be a very real possibility to move back to the Northwest, especially back to Seattle, which is my hometown. I wanted to be closer to my family and back among my friends, so in 1994 I moved back up here, and it's been my home ever since. I am a die-hard gearhead. Anything mechanical I'm a nut about, but I particularly like automobiles. So this shop down here on this first floor is my hobby shop, where I have my machine shop, my welding stuff, metal fabricating stuff, and this is where I work on my cars. The second floor is the amp shop, where we build world-class Soldano guitar amplifiers.
Got these Decatones all wired up.
Excellent.
We're ready to
They look good.
throw in the auxiliary power, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did a great job. These things look wonderful. I've been in the amp biz for a while. I'm not the long-haired guy you saw posing on a Yamaha amp back in 1988 anymore. And I've been in this business for 30 plus years, so retirement is starting to loom on the horizon for me. I just find that I'm spending too much time working and not enough time playing, that now that I'm reaching that age, I'd like to take retirement, or at least semi-retirement, while I'm still young enough to enjoy a bunch of these other pursuits that I haven't taken the time to do because I've spent so much time building my business. As my time running Soldano Custom Amplification comes to an end, I can look back and be proud of all that I've accomplished. And I can honestly say I'm really happy that my name will live on through the brand.
Connect with Mike and check out his amp inventory at soldano.com. Earlier this summer, I had the opportunity to interview the very funny and talented Lauren Weedman, who was in town with her one-woman show, Lauren Weedman Doesn't Live Here Anymore. We shot the interview at ACT on an iPhone, and our conversation covered everything from her TV adventures to becoming beloved to why Jon Stewart fired her from The Daily Show. Here are some highlights.
Oh, wait a minute. Do it again. Sorry. One more time.
Oh, everybody likes this. Yeah,
Ow.
There we go.
totally.
Shall we do this thing?
Great way to start.
Isn't it good? I'm so thrilled to have you here, seriously. And we're, of course, sitting in front of your beautiful set here at ACT, which is why you're here in Seattle right now. You are performing your latest solo one-woman show, Lauren Weedman Does Not Live Here Anymore. Doesn't live here anymore. But I first want to kind of give our audience, our viewers, our listeners, a bigger sense of your career, because you've pretty much, I think you've succeeded in most every medium. Do you feel that way?
No, I don't at all.
I think you have.
But
for sure.
okay, then yes,
TV,
I have.
film,
Nailed it.
nailed it.
Yes.
Of course, theater. So let's talk about TV.
Okay.
First, you are a regular on Almost Live,
That's right,
King
Almost
TV
Live.
here in Seattle, a sketch comedy show. We've worked on that together.
Yes.
And I think some of your really big credits, I'm cherry picking from your long list of IMDb. Hung,
Yes.
which was HBO series. Your character was,
Horny Patty.
what did she do?
She was a chronic masturbator. That's
Was
okay
it
to
written
say,
that
right?
way?
Yeah, no, I brought that in. They wanted her to be just somebody who liked to garden, and I was like, what if she's a gardener who's a chronic masturbator? And they said, we love you on PBS.
And
no,
it
it was an
took off.
HBO thing, so it was like she was supposed to be not a chronic masturbator. Sorry to start off like that.
No, it's fine. It is what it is.
It's the biz.
It's the biz, yeah.
Blame the biz.
Was that fun to do?
It was. It was fun to do because
character.
it was a character that was so. She was so kind of broken and odd, and hiring this this male prostitute. And the best part of it was afterwards to be walking down the street with my child and have people like, "Horny Patty, Horny Patty, I love your work. I love what you do with the Horny Patty stuff. Really good. My sister loves you on Horny Patty." And I was like, I'm sure your sister does.
Oh, I bet she does.
Yeah, that was, and I had to do like sex scenes, which was really bizarre.
Was it hard?
It is because the days of the shoot, I only did 2, and like the day of when they're escorting you to the set, it's like dead man walking, where like nobody looks at you.
Because you're going to be naked.
Well, they do. They put a sticker. They're just like, here's the sticker. Here's the sticker.
Oh, they sticker on the things that we got to not see.
I guess
okay.
so. I guess
Wow.
I don't know. It's all very like, and it's a bit of a blur because I was sort of like adrenaline rushed out of it.
Yeah.
And I was pregnant the first time, and then I just had a baby the second time, and the second time was just.
But
so,
you've only had one baby, by the way.
I've had.
Right, you were pregnant the first time,
Yes, just
and
one,
then
just
just
one.
on one. You said one
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, exactly.
So
anyway, but nobody exactly. No one wants to look at you because they're all.
they want to be respectful, like it's
That's
no big deal. It's not a big deal. We're just
Right,
gonna,
right. Or they're thinking that I'm supposed to be going into. They're also like, you can have whatever kind of support team you want around you that day. And I was like, support team? Like, what do you mean? Like, do people like? Well, we have actresses who bring in their managers and their sponsors for the program, and anybody who can be there for them. Your best friends who are going to be there. And I'm like, I don't want anybody around when I want to be alone so I can really enjoy it.
and just be in the moment.
Yes,
with the actor. Looking was
Yes,
another one. That
that's
was
the best.
HBO series. That part. So what was your character in that? And I think that they expanded that role because you were so good.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, because I became beloved, and
Well, it's
I made
true.
that a goal. I said,
So
Lauren, become beloved.
You were the best friend?
I was the best friend of one of the boys, like a group of gay men in San Francisco, and it was about their friendships and looking for love, and I was the best friend of one of the main guys. And then I was a reoccurring part for the first season, and they actually said, they're like, if you can make yourself beloved.
Wow.
My manager
They
was like,
usually said that.
They said that, and I was
Right,
like,
right.
that is the most like, what are you talking? How do you like, here, like, I brought everybody. Here's some lavender oil for everybody. What do you like? She was like, you got to become like Margaret Cho. You got to become such a.
funny.
I'm like, how that can't be an intention.
No, it just is going to happen.
Because it make you irritated. Yeah, it's like
Right.
I feel like I'm going to get the opposite.
Anti-beloved.
Right, so that's what I thought. I thought, you know what? I don't need them. And then,
I'll show them.
yeah, and then they loved me. But it's just a great fit of a show for me because being around a group of very sweet, very gracious. Gracious isn't the right word. Everybody was really into the jobs that mattered to everybody.
Right.
Because it was the one job I've done in Hollywood, that mattered, had meaning. Like it,
To you, that like, okay, this.
and to others, like people, it
Right.
mattered. Like it still mattered to boys in Iowa to
Right.
watch gay programming, to watch gay stories that were sort of
right.
smaller in scope, that weren't just about like all about coming out or about
Right.
they're just about relationships,
About
Yes.
life being a gay person, whatever that might mean.
Yes,
Right,
yes,
right.
yeah. Well, doing stuff that gay people and Satan like to work out together. So that's their business. See you in hell. It just mattered. It was an amazing show, and it was almost awful to have something you love. Don't love anything.
Okay,
If
that's
there's
the,
any
that's
message
the
I can say to the
takeaway.
children, don't love. Yeah, if you love it, just throw it into the
Throw it
river
away.
and be like, it'll be there forever, like Harold and Maude. Just keep that, like, you throw the thing you love away and just like, there it is, because I can't handle it, because I'm going to lose it eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Okay, so that was Looking. Then The Daily Show with Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
You were a reporter on
I was
that
what?
show. You were a reporter?
I thought you said you made a quarter, and I'm
You
like,
made a
yeah,
quarter.
I don't save money. It's true.
You're poor, right?
Yeah,
But
I
how
am.
was that?
How was it?
How was that? You got some really interesting experiences.
I did.
Yeah.
I did because I wasn't used to being in that world. Now I understand it, but at the time
That was your
I was
first
like
big, huge
my first
break,
Absolutely.
right?
It was the show that Almost Life helped it because I'd done some, I did the TV in Seattle, so then when I got to New York, I had some tape.
Right.
For that they could look at.
Right.
And see, I had some experience. And then when I got that job, and I was up all when I got the news, I got it. I walked around the city all night long because I was so buzzed from the news, and I was like, it's happened. Like this is it. It's happened.
I've been launched.
Yes, and I'm like, and I didn't really know the show that well. I just knew that it had a lot of street cred, and it was a smart show. That people respected it. And I'm like, well, thank God, I'm going to be on a smart show. And then when I got on the show, it was just so stressful because I didn't know how to handle. Like if I saw Jon Stewart in the hallway, I didn't understand that he had a lot to do.
Right.
So I didn't. I would.
Did you try to be friends?
Yes, like constantly. Where I was just like, "How was your weekend, John?" Well, mine was weird. I go, "I feel like my marriage is falling apart, John." I don't know. It's like he's there for me, then he's not. You know what I mean? And he was just like, "Good to see you, Lauren. Like we'll see you at the pitch meeting." And I was like, "Speaking of pitch meetings, how am I doing? How do you think?" Like I was just so.
You needed something.
I did, and I didn't. I was used to theater where we all circle up and give each other massages.
So, but that was that was a big break.
It was.
It's
I didn't
difficult
handle
as-
it well, but I got fired basically, or not contract not renewed.
Oh, I had that happen in LA.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it happens a lot.
Oh, it happens all the time.
Yeah,
oh,
but it was
you
this-
get your 13 weeks, you're not picked up.
Yes,
Yeah.
or I was put on freelance, and I was like, cool, I think freelance is better. And I walked out of the office after accepting my freelance contract, and I ran into one of the producers, and she was like, so, like, what's happened with your contract? Are you coming back? And I go, I got freelance, which I think is better. And she goes, freelance is fired.
Bye-bye. Watch my full interview with Lauren on our website.
Name him.
Plantagenet.
Why, that was he.
The self-same name, but one of better nature.
Where is he?
Here.
Why dost thou spit at me? Would it were mortal poison for thy sake.
Never came poison from so sweet a place.
Never hung poison on a fouler toad. Out of my sight, thou dost infect mine eyes.
Thine eyes, sweet lady, have infected mine.
Would they were basilisks to strike thee dead.
I would they were, that I might die at once, for now they kill me with a living death. If thy revengeful heart cannot forgive, lo, here I lend thee this sharp-pointed blade, which if thou please, to hide in this true breast, and let the soul forth that adoreth thee, I lay it open to the deadly stroke, and humbly beg the death upon my knee. Nay, do not pause. 'Twas I that killed King Henry, but 'twas thy beauty that provoked me. Nay, now dispatch. 'Twas I that stabbed your husband, but 'twas thy heavenly face that set me on. Take up the blade again, or take up me.
Well, our musical guest this week is an Art Zone favorite, right, everybody? Yes. Eric Elbogen and the band is Say Hi. Hello there.
Hi.
Hi.
Great to see you.
Great to see you. And this is, as everyone knows, this is our kickoff show of the new season, and you are our kickoff band. No one better. We're so
I'm
happy
excited.
You're here.
I'm so
glad you're
excited.
here. So the new record is called Caterpillar Centipede. It came out a little earlier this month.
Yeah.
How many, is this like number 12 in your pantheon of
You've got it,
records?
exactly, number 12.
Number 12. So is there anything about these songs, inspiration-wise, behind them that stand out for you, or what was the driver behind this record?
Well, so as you may or may not know, I sort of thought that I was going to retire Say Hi
Yes.
last year.
Yes, I did know that.
And I made a big whole announcement about it, and then
Was it false?
at the time it was true.
Yeah.
And a bunch of very, very nice people let me know that
It wasn't
that
a-
fact made them sad, and sort of enough people reached out that I decided to bring it back. And so
Right.
this was, I sort of just wanted to make like a nostalgic sounding Say Hi record
Yeah.
as a gift for those people
Oh,
who
that's
reached
very
out.
sweet. I think actually my husband might have written to you and said, please don't stop.
100%.
One of those people. So, okay, so now as usual on this record, you play all the instruments.
Yeah.
You record it yourself. And yet you are going to tour this record, a 5-week tour, completely acoustic. Is that
True,
right? Okay.
true.
How do you take a record with bass, guitar, drums, anything else, and distill it down to just you and this guitar?
I mean, it takes some time to sort of tweak the arrangement.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm going to be playing songs from all 12 records on the tour, so it's been sort of 6 months of just walking around the living room with this guitar being like, yeah, this one will work, and this one won't work, and this
Yeah.
one might work if we sort of tweak it
This
a
way or
little
that.
bit more. And so I've sort of narrowed it down to a bunch of songs that work that way.
And it's going to be a 5-week tour of house concerts.
Living room shows, yeah.
Living room shows. I know that Seattle, you had to add a show because it sold out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Is that happening?
Most of the tour is sold out, which is very exciting. It's exciting. It's exciting and kind of sad, just because
people can't.
I don't like the idea of someone wanting to come see a show that can't.
Right, right.
But it also feels pretty cool.
It sounds very cool. And maybe you just add like 10, 15, 20 weeks to the tour. Yeah, it can kind of bring all those people in. Well, I think it sounds great. I'm very excited about it. So I know you're going to play us some songs off the new record.
Yeah.
And what's first for us?
It's a song called Sweaters.
Sweaters. That's a great title. Are you ready to do it?
I'm ready.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Say Hi.
I want you to be my apple tree. I want you to be my beehive queen. I want you to be my cable television. Want you to be my electricity. I've opened my eyes at the need of time. I want you to be my stateside winter. I want you to be my freeze-dried goods. I want you to be my laser sweaters. I want us to get lost in the woods. I hope I've opened my eyes at the nick of time.
Pick up Say Hi's new record, Caterpillar Centipede, at your favorite indie record store or online. And check out Say Hi's house concert tour dates at ilikesayhi.com.
Hi, I'm Christine Langer, and I'm curating this calendar of events. First up, I'm going gaga for Mad Art's newest exhibition, We Are All Made of Light, from Seattle-based artist Maya Patrick. This immersive installation uses interactive light, spatial sound, and artificial intelligence to track each visitor as they move through the space. Eventually, these light sculptures accumulate to show that each person is connected to one another through past, present, and future. An experience not to be missed, it opens October 5th and runs through December 1st. Next, we're whisking you away to outer space. The Seattle Symphony is treating us to an intergalactic family concert titled The Planets. Your kiddo's imagination will lift off and fly through the solar system. And for additional fun, costumes are encouraged. Pre-concert activities begin at 10 a.m. and afterwards enjoy a fall carnival. Perfect for ages 6 through 12, you can experience The Planets on Saturday, October 27th at 11 a.m. Now over to Mini Center for the Performing Arts, where they'll host Lyon, France-based experimental dance company, Compagnie Cathique, in Seattle for the first time ever. Their innovative show, Pixel, combines contemporary dance, martial arts, circus acrobatics, and hip-hop for a dazzling movement menagerie. Mix in some video art, and this is a one-of-a-kind show that you'll want to be part of. Check it out November 8th through the 10th. And I am thrilled to tell you about my award-winning solo show, The Two-Step. It's inspired by the life of my badass grandmother, who defied gender roles in the 1960s and 1970s, and continues to teach dance and travel the world today. This is a rare storytelling piece that highlights an elder's experience through an ageless character. Follow me as I dance through a flight of memories that weave together an unexpected journey of love and interconnectivity. The show plays at 18th and Union Art Space, directed by Paul Boudritis, this weekend only.
Thanks, Christine. Hey, before we wrap up, we want to give a shout out to the newly revamped and reopened Hugo House on Capitol Hill.
You remember the name was Jensen. She seemed old, always alone inside.
Named for Richard Hugo, the Pulitzer Prize-winning poet who grew up in White Center, Hugo House has been the centerpiece of local literary life since its founding in 1996. The original Victorian structure, built in 1902, had a whimsical charm that drew readers and writers from around the world. Unfortunately, that charm was slowly falling apart, and in 2016, the difficult decision was made to rebuild from the ground up. As hard as it was to see the old place go, the new building is gorgeous, super functional, and equipped to carry Hugo's mission well into the future. So drop by and see the new digs in person, and go online to peruse their amazing variety of classes, activities, and events. And that's it for us. Big thank you to Georgetown Stables for inviting us back. Thanks to you for tuning in. And most of all, thanks to all the great artists here in Seattle. We couldn't do this show without you, literally. So have a great week. We'll see you soon.
Ostrich with my head in the sand. I'm a cuckold with a thumb in my ear. And he's a lucky, lucky man on the verge of squandering it too. Of squandering it too. I should have been a better lover to you. Yeah, lover to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I should have been a better lover to you. Yeah, lover to you. Yeah, lover to you, lover to you. I don't like this dream, I don't like this dream. I miss you calling my name, I miss you calling my name. I don't like this dream, I don't like this dream. I miss you calling my name, I miss you calling my name.
Art Zone, baby, that's what it's all about.